Hello everyone. Tonight's bedtime story is a new story, and I've chosen this one because I've spotted that there are a number of stories in this collection of books, and they're by an author called Tony Bradman, and they're entitled Happy Ever After. So there are books based on traditional fairy tales that we know really well, and they've changed them slightly to make it a different version. So this one is called Three Little Pigs Go Camping. So we know that story really well. We know the characters, and I just thought it would be a little bit fun. Also, it's slightly longer, so I won't read all of this tonight. And I think it'd be good to stop in a good place and then carry on the reading tomorrow. So let's get started. The Three Little Pigs Go Camping. The third little pig looked at his list and smiled. He had finished all the tasks he had set himself. The washing was done. Tick. The ironing was done. Tick. The vacuuming and dusting and polishing were done. Tick, tick, tick. All those jobs in the house that your grown-ups do, but I'm sure you help lots with. This was definitely how he liked his life to be. His lovely brick house was nice and tidy, everything organised, sort of totally under control. Now he could relax and maybe even watch the new wildlife programme he had read about. And there he is, relaxing after all his hard work. But then again, maybe not. There was always so much that needed to be done. He should spend the evening thinking ahead and writing up lists of tasks for the next few weeks. Iron self-discipline was the secret of his success. So he likes to write lists, he likes to get his things organised, and that helps him. Suddenly, his mobile rang, almost making him jump out of his skin. "Hey, big brother," squeaked the voice on the other line. "How are things?" The third big pig, sighed. It was his middle brother, the second little pig. There was the youngest brother as well, the first little pig, which we know about. So there he is on the phone. The third little pig could hear him squeaking away too, so he knew his brothers were together. I can't talk at the moment," said the third little pig. "I'm busy." "Writing one of your to-do lists, I bet," squeaked the little pig and laughed. "Well, I want you to cross out whatever the first item is and make it this: a camping trip with your brothers. Trust me, it's going to be fantastic." "Yeah, the best holiday you'll ever had," squeaked the first little pig. There they are, they've got it all planned out. "I'm sorry, but I really don't think I can fit it in," said the third little pig. "Sure, I can't tempt you," said the second little pig. "We've booked a place at the Forest Camping Deluxe, so we're going whether you come with us or not." So they're going. Will you go? Third little pig frowned. He was very fond of his brothers, but they were utterly hopeless in all sorts of ways. In fact, quite often they were real trouble magnets, so trouble attracted them. Take that unpleasant episode with the big bad wolf, for instance, and we all know about that. Anyone with half a brain would realise that only a brick house could ever keep out such a scary beast. But the first little pig had quickly built a house of straw so he would have more time for fun. And the second little pig had built his house full of sticks just to be different. So their ideas didn't work, as we know. Then the huffing and puffing had started. In the end, they both had to come running to the third little pig, and his brick house kept the wolf at bay. So it means it kept him away. He couldn't get in. Not that the first and second little pigs had been terribly grateful. They didn't really show a lot of gratitude and appreciation for what he had done. It had been long before they'd moved out again, and even though their parents had hired a friendly security guard to look after all of them, and they would probably get into trouble on this camping trip, thought the third little pig. So he didn't have much choice. He would have to go along and keep them out of trouble. "All right then, count me in," he said, "but I'll need to do some planning." He needs to plan it out, he feels. They probably won't. "Now there's a surprise," laughed the second little pig. "You don't have a lot of time, though, big bro. We'll be round to pick you up in the morning." "What?" squealed the third little pig. "That's far too soon." That evening, Third little pig worked hard, doing his packing, reading about the campsite on the forest web, making notes and several new lists. He slept badly and nearly hit the ceiling when his alarm clock woke, so he was probably thinking a lot about what was going on the next day. His brothers were late and didn't arrive until well after lunch. The third little pig was cross with them, but they weren't bothered. They bundled him and his luggage into their battered old van and roared off down the road. There they are in their camper van. And I'm going to stop it there because that's a great place to stop as we next start to read about when they arrive at the campsite. So stop on page 23. I hope you enjoyed that. Maybe just before you go to bed, you can have a little chat about what kind of things might happen at the campsite. Will another wolf appear? Will the first and second little pig maybe build the camp, the tent as well as they could, or will they leave it to the third little pig? Think about that. Good night. Have a good sleep after your predictions with your grown-ups, and we'll see you tomorrow.